not gonna be much talking in this video, just a lot of tributes. So definitely one of the hardest videos for me to make. I don't know, there's something about it. I just can't let it go, you know. I'm not sure much. I don't even know, man. I'm not even gonna talk much in this video, but all I'm saying is 8 feet. That's 8 feet. I measured it just to prove that it's 8 feet.
8 feet. You see that right there? Right there. Okay.
So that's 8 feet away from the basketball hoop. But yeah, I just hope you enjoy this video, and I just want you to realize that your time is limited on this earth. Like, I'm looking at some older guy right now. He could be dead tomorrow, you know, and I mean, you could be dead tomorrow too. You know, like, you see these streets, I could go out walking one day and just get hit by a car. Knock on some wood, that doesn't happen. But you know, life is unpredictable. Anything could happen. That's why you need to live in the moment. I'm gonna play a Youngblood clip right now from Genius. Just play it right now.
Right now, as people, we're so focused on what's next. We never take a minute to think or to live in the moment because we've got too much to think about, because we have so much in front of us. That is so hard, because in the instance of this song, you don't realize what you've lost until it's been taken away from you. And when it's been taken away from you, all you want is to get the time back.
There's some of the most inspiring stuff, and that's kind of what I'm aiming towards, like, teaching people. So yeah, I just want you to enjoy this video. Never forget Kobe. And as Kobe once said on his final game, Mamba out, but we're gonna say Mamba forever.
The lesson I cherish the most is how important it is to love what you do. If you love what you do and it's making you happy, all the hard work and perseverance will pay off. I once had a guidance counselor tell me that I shouldn't play basketball, that it would never amount to anything for me. His negativity towards me made me stronger. You can't stop people from trying to limit your dreams, but you can stop it from becoming a reality. Your dreams are up to you. I encourage you to always be curious, always seek out things you love, and always work hard once you find it. So with that, I'll let you carry on with your evening. Please know I'm thinking of you, supporting you, and encouraging you always. Peace. I think the definition of greatness is to inspire the people next to you. I think that's what greatness is or should be. It's not something that lives and dies with one person. It's how can you inspire a person to then in turn inspire another person that then inspires another person. And that's how you create something that I think lasts forever. Yeah. And I think that's our challenge as people, is to figure out how our story can impact others and motivate them in a way to create their own greatness. There's a quote from one of my English teachers at Lower Merion named Mr. Fisk. He had a great quote that said, "Rest at the end, not in the middle." And that's something I always live by. You know, I'm not going to rest. I'm going to keep on pushing now. There are a lot of answers that I don't have, even questions that I don't have. But I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep going, and I'll figure these things out as we go, right? And you just continue to build that way. So I try to live by that all the time.
And what brings you the most joy right now?
Being with my family.
Really?
That is, man, that is the most fun. It's just, you know, it's hanging out with them all summer, being able to like do things that I ordinarily couldn't do.
Yeah.
Because of training, because of season and stuff like that. So being around them and watching Bianca grow up, because there are a lot of things that I miss with Natalia and Gianna because I was playing. So being there every day with them is so much fun, man. So it brings me the most joy. What does love feel like? Happiness is such a, I think I would describe love as happiness. I think I describe it as a beautiful journey. You know, it has its ups and downs, right? Whether it's in marriage or whether it's in the career, you know, things are never perfect.
Yeah.
But through love, you continue to persevere and you move through them. You move through them. And then through that storm, beautiful sun emerges.
Yeah.
Right? And inevitably another storm comes. And guess what? You ride that one out too.
Yeah.
So I think love is a certain determination and persistence to go through the good times and the bad times with the someone or something that you truly love. My parents were great. You know, growing up, you know, they instilled in me the importance of imagination, of curiosity, and understanding that, okay, if you want to accomplish something, I'm not just going to sit here and say, yes, you can do whatever you want. Yes, you can, but you have to also put in the work to get there, right? So they taught me that at a really early age, man. And when you grow up as a kid thinking that the world is your oyster, and all things are possible if you put in the work to do it, you know, you grow up having that fundamental belief. My mom was there on a daily basis. My father was really influential at a really critical time where I had a summer where I played basketball when I was like 10 or 11 years old, in a very prominent summer league in Philadelphia called the Sunny Hill League. Where my father played, my uncle played, and they were like all-time greats and some stuff. And Wilt Chamberlain played in the league, you know, Earl of Pro Monroe played in the league. And here I come playing, and I don't score 1 point the entire summer.
Really?
Not one.
How old were you?
10, 11.
And you're playing against other 10, 11-year-olds?
Uh-huh.
Or you didn't score once?
Not one.
Were you in the game?
I was in the game.
How'd you not score?
Because I was terrible.
Really?
Yeah. That
At 10,
happened.
11 years old, you were that
Awful.
terrible.
I mean, and I had these big knee pads on because I was growing really fast. I had socks all the way up here, and I had like the high top
Skinny,
fades,
yeah.
like skinny as hell. And I scored not a free throw, nothing, not a lucky shot, not a breakaway layup, 0 points. And I remember crying about it and being upset about it. And my father just gave me a hug and said, "Listen, whether you score 0 or score 60, I'm going to love you no matter what."
Wow.
Now that is the most important thing that you can say to a child. Because from there I was like, okay, that gives me all the confidence in the world to fail. I have the security there. But to hell with that, I'm scoring 60. Let's go.
Right.
And from there I just went to work. And I
Wow.
stayed with it, and I kept practicing. You know, when you're in this culture in our society, you can do some phenomenal things individually, but they'll never reach their full potential unless you do them collectively. And you have to figure out how to do that. The challenge for me was always compassion and empathy. I think about 2009, things started changing for me. I started really making a conscious effort to better understand. And that doesn't mean, you have compassion and empathy so you go softer on them. It's more like you put yourself to the side and you put yourself in their shoes and understand what they're feeling. And then you have to make certain decisions of, okay, what buttons do I need to push for this player to get them to the next level? So it's not sit around and it's all happy-go-lucky type of thing. If you're a leader, your job is to get the best out of them, even if they may not like it at that time. One of the things that I had to learn is how to get the best out of my teammates.
Yeah.
And most people think it's a simple thing, pass them the ball. But that's not how you make guys better. You have to really affect their behavior.
How do you do that?
So, I would tell guys, we got back-to-backs. I don't care if we're in Miami, I don't care if we're in a great city of Chicago. You can't go out, we gotta get rest. Right?
Back-to-back games.
Back-to-back games, right? Monday, Tuesday. You play Monday, you play again Tuesday. Guys aren't gonna listen, right?
Right.
So a few times, say, all right, we'll all go out. We'll go out together.
Really?
I'll drink with you, right? But the next morning, I'm banging on your door at 5 in the morning. Let's go.
They're not getting
Where are we going? I hung out with you. Now you come hang out with me.
Wow.
This is what we do. All right, let's go. And we're at the gym. We're working out. Right. We hit the bus. We go to practice. We play that night.
And they're dead.
And they're dead. And they're like, oh, lesson learned.
Really?
Lesson learned.
So take them out once.
Listen, if you're gonna do that. But don't let that compromise what we're here to do.
Right.
This is why we're here. This is why you're here in the first place.
What does losing feel like to you?
It's exciting.
Why is it exciting?
Because it means you have different ways to get better. There's certain things that you can figure out that you can take advantage of, right? Certain weaknesses that were exposed that you need to shore up, right? So it was exciting. I mean, it sucks to lose,
Right.
but at the same time, there are answers there if you just look at them. I'll give you an example. So Katie Lou Samuelson is one of the best college basketball players in the country. She plays at UConn. She's going to be a senior. And they just had a really tough season last year where they lost to Notre Dame in the final. And so I asked her, I said, have you watched the Notre Dame game? She was like, no. I said, well, why not? She said, I don't want to watch that. I said, I know you don't, but You're going to play Notre Dame this year, yeah? Yeah. What's the chances you see him again in the final? Well, you probably see him again. I said, well, you can't show up and play them without knowing why you lost that one, right? So, you know, the mistakes that you've made in that game, you have to do the hard stuff and watch that game and study that game to not make those mistakes over and over again just because you weren't brave enough to face it. So she came down to the office. I brought her down to the office and we sat down, we watched that game together.
Wow.
Right? And you gotta deal with
Face
it. Gotta deal with it. Face it, learn from it. When you play for 20 years, I played for 20 years, you reach a certain level, you're like, okay, wait a minute, I have to start again at the base of a mountain and try to climb the top of this mountain. First of all, what mountain am I climbing? I don't even know, like, what the hell am I gonna be doing? And it's very scary. It's very scary.
Even for you?
Oh, absolutely. Wow. Absolutely. And the thing that helped me actually was hurting my Achilles, because that forced me to sit there and say, okay, the day could be today that your career is over. Now what do? You have these ideas about doing something with your life after basketball, but what if today is the day that's it? Now what do? So I had all this time sitting there with my Achilles injury and contemplating and thinking, and I said, I better get to work.
Wow.
That was that. The mentality book is really about process and craft. I've broken the book up into 2 sections. And process is really about the process of preparing, you know, through injury, recovery, studying of the game. And then the craft is the actual performance and the tactics. And so a lot of things that I learned through the game were through photos. You can look at a photo and see like a player making a move, and look at the angle of his feet, look how he's using his hands on defense, and I can really break down things to the smallest detail through that. And that's what you'll see in this book. I mean, it's really a basketball Bible. You'll see how I break things down, like how I'm looking at things to the smallest of detail.
Yeah.
And that's the best way to understand how to have that kind of mentality, is to ask questions, then find answers, and then that lead to more questions, and you find more answers, and that's what the book is. So how can we teach our children what it means to work hard? Well, you do it through training, right? So when I get up in the morning, my daughter goes with me.
4 a.m.?
4 a.m. My 15-year-old goes with me. She goes with me before school, and it becomes a daddy-daughter thing.
That's cool.
She just got a permit, right? So she drives in the morning. It becomes a cool thing, right? But through that process, she understands the value of hard work and things taking time. And the same thing with my 12-year-old, right? She practices every day, right? And so it's through those behaviors is where I find the motivation to do it. Once upon a time, there was a young basketball player who had dreams of becoming one of the greatest basketball players of all time. I can understand people naming me #1 player in the nation, but I have to move on and try to improve my game.
Kobe Bryant from Lower Merion High School.
People say that you have the opportunity to go to the NBA and play against the greatest players in the world. That doesn't get you going. I don't think anything will.
Here we got a dribble drive, change of direction by Bryant, slam dunk. Woo!
Ever since I picked up a basketball, I just wanted to play in the NBA. That's all I knew, that's all I thought about. But I never knew I was good enough. I just knew it was something I wanted to do, and if I wasn't good enough, I was gonna make myself good enough.
He worked day and night, every day, for years and years and years and years and years.
That's what basketball's all about. I mean, it's fun to me.
Welcome to the Kobe Show, take 2.
It's a chance to perform. All the emotions, whether it be anger or excitement that you have held inside you, once you get out on the basketball court, you just let it all out. You just let it all loose.
Kobe dribble drive, Kobe. Oh, what a slam dunk! My God.
I remember what Babe Ruth said, he swings big and he misses big. Same thing with me. I have no fear whatsoever. If I take the last second shot and I miss, so what? Take it, we make it, Good. Let's all go home and get ready for the next game. I really don't care.
Kobe inside the three-point arc, fades and fires and hits at the buzzer. Kobe Bryant has hit a shot at the buzzer.
You know, I like to be known as a player that overachieves. It's not something where it's like, yeah, I love doing it because I love winning. No, that's not real love. It's do you love the process that gets you to that, those boring, agonizing moments? If you love that, then you know you found something that's really true to you. As time went on, and he felt that he had accomplished all that he set out to accomplish.
Basketball immortality for the Los Angeles Lakers.
But what he come to realize is that the goal that he set out initially of becoming the greatest of all time was a very fickle one.
I know where you're going. You gotta get up quick. If you knew where I was going, why you go for the fake? Mike, after you fake the ball, where else you gonna go? You left your feet. Yeah, but where else you gonna go? In the game, I go for you. I spun all the way around. I go for these ribs right here.
There's a difference between who you are and what you are. And what I am when I step on that court is, I become that. I am that killer snake.
You couldn't possibly expect this to be easy. If you want to make history, you have to do historic things.
61. Kobe Bryant, most points ever scored here at Madison Square Garden. 62 for Kobe. He has more than Dallas has. 81-point game.
You have witnessed the second greatest scoring performance in NBA history.
I'm relentless, and I want to win, and I want to win by any means necessary, and that's when that demon comes out.
Artest looking, gets it to Bryant. Bryant dribbling, has to put it up with the buzzer. Banks it in! He banks in the three! And that is just greatness personified.
It's completely different than how my life is off the court. Off the court, I'm very laid back. I just love spending time with my family. Just being a husband, being a father, being a goofball, just just kicking back and relaxing, really. Say hi. Such a long journey, so many ups and downs, and so many sacrifices for my family and me working hard. I've always said that I wanted to be remembered as a player that didn't waste a moment, didn't waste a day, and I felt extremely blessed by the God-given talent. But at the same time, I didn't take it for granted at all. I think that's a very powerful message to have, and something that hopefully the players that are now and players that will come later choose to embody as well. And that is what he realized. That's what makes true greatness. The story would be about transformation, a kid looking inwardly to then growing up and understanding the importance and the power and the significance of looking outwardly.
Some of you going to sleep and you don't deserve rest. You lazy, you don't deserve rest. Rest is for people who work. You ain't doing nothing. Every day you chilling. You need to know your why, and my why wakes me up every single morning. Oh, you don't get it. Listen to me very closely. You can write everything down if you want to. Be brave enough to write every one of your goals down. But I'm going to tell you something. Life's going to hit you in your mouth, and you got to do me a huge favor. Your why has to be greater than that knocked out. At the end of your feelings is nothing. But at the end of every principle is a promise. Find a man who's diligent at what he does, and he shall stand before kings and not mean men. Every day you say no to your dreams, you might be pushing your dreams back a whole 6 months. That one single day, that one day you didn't get up, could have pushed your stuff back I don't know how long. The first level to success in life, listen to me, the very first level is you seeing it. Like it's clear to you. Like you know exactly what you want. You know exactly when you want it. Listen to me. You know exactly what it tastes like. You know what it looks like. You know what it smells like. Before you really blow up, and you get success, you literally have it in the palm of your hand without having it.
I didn't come here to make friends. I don't even care if they respect me. I know who I am. Got enough respect for myself. I do not want them to beat me.
They're never gonna beat you.
They came close to that.
And I'm telling you right now because I care about you. I'm telling you right now because I've been there. I've done that. You've been in it for 3 years and you about to quit. You've been doing it for 5 years and it don't look like you think. You put all your money in it. You put all your time in it. People looking at you crazy. 5 years you've invested whole. You put too much in it to quit now. And the problem with some of y'all is you want somebody else to support your dream. This is my time. This is my moment. Tomorrow ain't no such thing as tomorrow. What does your dream look like? What does it smell like? What does it taste like? If you wanted to happen, get your butt up and make it happen. If you wanted to happen, rise and grind.